WNBA and the No Space for Hate campaign has to be, pardon my language, the biggest crock of shit.
This is our league. That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay?
Shit about the WNBA.
Yeah.
That league sucks.
I'll tell you why they're relevant is because of this one white girl that just keeps flexing on all the black girls, man.
Yeah. White people love watching that.
Caitlin Clark.
The No Space for Hate campaign was directed towards a certain fan base.
Just minutes ago, Atlanta Dream owner Renee Montgomery took another shot at Caitlin Clark, again pushing the "she's just a white girl" narrative.
This makes absolutely no sense. And I swear they're putting all this money into that girl who ain't done shit but be white.
On national TV, the same hate is back, louder than ever.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
If you stand with Caitlin, drop a 100% in the comments. Let's show her she's not alone.
She's the Rookie of the Year. She's 4th in the league in MVP voting.
Caitlin Clark is an absolute all-star. She is the Michael Jordan of this. This is the girl that girls have been waiting for forever.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlin Clark is the needle mover.
She is the needle mover.
She is the franchise player.
And she was the MVP.
She is the main draw.
She wasn't the one who was full sprinting down the court.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
Yeah, she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
Renee Montgomery, Atlanta Dream co-owner.
Renee Montgomery, who hates Caitlin Clark, hates the Indiana Fever fans.
That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay?
Just got handed a national stage by CBS to co-host their new WNBA pregame show. And guess what?
WNBA and CBS, they wouldn't be putting together this crew, right? We got Sarah Kustok, Sarah Salute. We got Renee Montgomery. They not like us. They not like us.
They scheduled it for the exact day Caitlin Clark plays again. This isn't some random coincidence. It's a calculated move that has fans fuming, because Renee isn't just another analyst. She's the same woman who famously said about new fans, "They not like us."
This is our league.
Does not like the new fans that Caitlin Clark has brought in, does not want the new fans that Caitlin Clark has brought in to be here.
Let's be clear, that line wasn't subtle. It was targeted, aimed at Caitlin Clark's massive fan base, which has packed arenas and boosted ratings for a league that's been struggling for years.
It was never meant to be all-inclusive, more so it meant to be more exclusive, to try to push a certain fan base away, to try to exclude a certain fan base, right?
Instead of celebrating that growth, Renee drew a line in the sand, telling millions of fans that they don't belong. And now, that same voice is being elevated by CBS right before a Fever game.
Group cannot be a representation of what the WNBA would want in their league. This is our league. This was built, like, I feel like as a women's basketball historian myself,
Shut the hell up.
I've been watching since I was 5. I was here before the league started, as a lot of the fans on social media feel the same. That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay? So please don't confuse me saying motivated by hate.
Why would a network choose someone who openly disrespects Clark's supporters and Clark herself to set the tone for the broadcast? It's not just tone deaf, it's hostile. This feels like a move designed to humiliate, not highlight, especially when you realize Renee's attacks weren't isolated. She didn't just question the fans, she questioned whether Caitlin Clark even deserves the spotlight she's getting.
It is a mad situation just all around when it comes to Caitlin Clark, because it's very clear that she is way stronger.
Caitlin has always been an underrated athlete. She's the fastest player in the league to me with the ball in her hands, and she was the best guard finishing around the rim last year. She shot a bunch of it, and it's been the whole preseason where it looks to me like on her deepest shots, she is just getting them off like they're nothing, like they're routine, because nobody else is shooting from this distance regularly, and she's doing it with a flick of the wrist. How easily it looks like she's shooting those threes and hitting those threes in the clip that she's doing it, you know, going to the rack, all these various things that show she's even stronger than she was a year ago. And you see it in the strong numbers. I mean, 13 points, 6 boards, 7 assists in 23 minutes of action.
And the worst part, she framed all of it around identity, that Clark didn't earn this, that she's just that white girl from Iowa. That's not analysis, that's personal. And it's happening again right in front of us.
This is wild. CBS launching WNBA tip-off. Okay, that sounds fine. A pregame featuring, Renee. They're not like us. They're not like us. We do not want them here. We don't want those fans. Montgomery and Dawn Kelly as analysts, along with Sarah Kustok as host.
What's happening to Caitlin Clark isn't just criticism. It's targeted, personal, and deeply racial. Let's stop pretending otherwise. The phrase, that white girl, has been thrown around like it's nothing. But when it's aimed at Caitlin, it's not just casual. It's loaded with resentment, dismissal, and bitterness. And it's coming from people in power. Renee Montgomery's camp, including her own family, didn't hold back.
It's not just Renee. Her whole entire family thinks this way, folks. Her whole entire family thinks, we know her sister, cousin. It's her sister cousin, not her cousin, not her sister cousin, Dawn Montgomery. This makes absolutely no sense.
One direct quote from her relative, now circulating online, says, "They're putting all this money into that girl who ain't done shit but be white."
CBS, no one wants to watch this trash. No one wants to watch somebody who continuously puts them down to say, oh, let's talk about the Indiana Fever now. Someone who constantly says, they not like us. And
that's not commentary on her game. That's straight up racial resentment. Caitlin didn't choose the hype. She earned it by dominating on the court, breaking records, drawing millions of fans, and putting the WNBA back on the map. But instead of being embraced, she's being punished for it. And Dawn Staley, she's no better. Not only did she play a role in keeping Caitlin off the Olympic team, she reportedly said God had to check her after losing to Clark in college.
Someone who was so set in her ways, we held Caitlin Clark off the Olympic team.
That kind of energy, spiritualizing a loss just because it was to Caitlin, shows how deep the hostility runs.
She is a supernova fame, a level of fame with one-of-a-kind talent, and it is game-changing for the entire league.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
Caitlin Clark is Indiana Fever's leading scorer at over 19 points a game. Caitlin Clark is undeniably the offensive engine.
You cannot deny the impact that she's made on this sport.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
Even now, Staley dismisses the idea of Caitlin being among the elite, claiming there just wasn't room for her on Team USA, as if the league's biggest star isn't worthy. Imagine if the roles were reversed. Imagine if a white owner called another star player that black girl and implied she didn't deserve coverage. There'd be outrage, investigations, consequences. But in Caitlin's case, crickets. No statements from the WNBA. No accountability. No space for hate campaign stepping in.
The WNBA has this no space for hate campaign, and I'm just letting them know, like, you've created this space for the hate.
The no space for hate campaign was directed towards a certain fan base.
Why? Because when the hate is aimed at Clark, it's conveniently ignored. It's this selective silence that proves the double standard.
People can say whatever they want about Caitlin Clark. People can say whatever they want about the Indiana Fever, that white girl this, corn girl that, person from Iowa this, person from Iowa that, so on and so forth. And the WNBA?
The same voices who shout loudest about inclusion go dead quiet when the target is a white woman succeeding in a space they thought they controlled. The same league that claims to stand for unity is handing microphones to the very people fueling division, just because the victim this time doesn't fit the narrative. This isn't about basketball anymore. It's about power, resentment, and control. And Caitlin Clark, through no fault of her own, is being treated like a threat.
Caitlin Clark comes into the WNBA.
goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlyn?
Yeah, she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
It is undeniable that Caitlin Clark is the engine.
Caitlin Clark effect. There has been so much of an influx in attendance, in jersey sales, and viewership, all the things.
That's about star power, narrative, and likability.
Caitlin Clark comes into the WNBA, goes through college. She has panache. She has style.
Because she dared to shine. And because she's white, that shine is seen as a problem instead of a breakthrough.
That sucks. I'm not on board with it at all, obviously. But we gonna see, can the WNBA hold the momentum? Can they keep them franchise going for that new CBA so these women can get paid?
Yes.
Y'all let us know in the comments what y'all think. Y'all think the WNBA can capitalize on this? You know, there's been so many things they haven't, but can they?
The WNBA wants you to believe it stands for unity. It launched a whole campaign. No space for hate, supposedly to make the league more inclusive. But the minute you look past the shiny slogan, it all falls apart. Because here's the truth. That campaign was never meant to protect Caitlin Clark or her fans.
Be a representation of what the WNBA would want in their league. This is our league. This was built, like, I feel like as a women's basketball historian myself, I've been watching since I was 5. I was here before the league started, as a lot of the fans on social media feel the same. That ain't a representation of us. Y'all not like us. They not like us, okay? So please don't confuse me saying motivated by hate by meaning hating on a team the way a normal, die-hard fan would.
In fact, it's been weaponized to target them. Let's break it down. The entire "they not like us" narrative that Renee Montgomery pushed, that wasn't some off-the-cuff remark. It was a public rejection of Caitlin Clark's fans, a massive wave of new supporters, many of whom are middle America basketball lovers who finally had a reason to tune into the WNBA. Instead of embracing that growth, Renee made it clear, you're not welcome here. And the league's response? Silence. Total silence. But when the backlash goes the other way, even just someone questioning Angel Reese's game.
I think they were trying to create that Magic Johnson, Larry Bird situation with the women. But the thing is that
Angel Reese isn't very good.
I love Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm.
I love Angel Reese.
Mm-hmm.
She just isn't as good as Caitlin Clark.
Clock her ass, man.
Yeah, black women hate her.
Dude, I don't even see like LeBron get battered like this.
Yeah.
And he, like, somebody has bad breath and they breathe on him and he goes flying back.
Yeah. Yeah, she actually spoke out for black women. This is a black women's league.
Yeah, she's like a leftist.
She's like a cuck for black women.
Yeah,
and they beat the crap out of her.
She's well, that's what happens when you cuck out to people. They don't respect you.
Suddenly, the WNBA jumps into action, issues press releases, launches investigations, and acts like it's defending the soul of the sport. But when people on national platforms call Caitlin that white girl and say she's only popular because she's white, no comment, no fines, no consequences. The silence is deafening. Let's talk about the most recent incident that really tore the mask off. CBS rolled out a new WNBA pregame show. Sounds harmless, right? But who did they pick to lead it? Renee Montgomery, who still stands by her divisive, "they not like us" comments. And who else? Dawn Staley.
You get so few people who are known in the WNBA space that say anything positive about Caitlin Clark. But this is a FU to the Indiana Fever fans. This is an FU to Caitlin Clark fans by CBS to put Renee, "they not like us" Montgomery and Dawn Staley on a pregame tip-off show on CBS.
Who played a key role in keeping Caitlin Clark off the Olympic roster. Add in her spiritual jab about God needing to check Caitlin, and the message is clear. This pregame show isn't about basketball. It's about controlling the narrative. It's about keeping Caitlin in her place, and fans see right through it. The comments under these announcements aren't supportive. They're furious. Longtime viewers are disgusted. New fans brought in by Caitlin's stardom are being told they don't belong. And let's be honest, when Renee's own relative goes on social media and says the league is putting all this money into that girl who ain't done shot but be white, How are we supposed to believe no space for hate is real?
This will be some thrilling breakdowns of basketball strategy. Thrilling, I tell you. I cannot wait to watch this.
Where's the accountability? Where's the equality they preach so hard about? Because this isn't just a one-off comment. It's a pattern, a coordinated effort to minimize, shame, and exclude the very player who's saving their ratings. And here's the part no one wants to say. The WNBA had a once-in-a-generation opportunity with Caitlin Clark.
Christine Brennan puts it perfectly. WNBA without Clark, league feels the hurt. Without Caitlin Clark, fan fervor's down, ticket sales are down, merchandise is down.
She is highly likable. I think that lends itself to her popularity is she comes across as somebody that's really just respectful, likable. There's other players out there that just don't come across that way.
The chance to elevate the entire sport. The kind of moment the NBA had with Magic and Bird. A rivalry that unified fans across racial and regional lines. Instead, the WNBA chose petty division. Instead of building up Clark, they let insiders tear her down. Not for her game, but for who she is, for how she looks, for the people she attracts. They handed the microphone to bitterness and jealousy, dressed it up as activism, and called it progress. But it's not progress, it's sabotage. And the fans know it. You can see it in the YouTube comments, the Twitter threads, the stadiums that fill up only when Caitlin's playing.
She is a supernova a level of fame with one-of-a-kind talent, and it is game-changing for the entire league.
Caitlin Clark effect seems to be crazier than year one.
Caitlin Clark is Indiana Fever's leading scorer at over 19 points a game. Caitlin Clark is undeniably the offensive engine.
You cannot deny the impact that she's made on this sport.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's my role model. I really look up to her.
Why do you like Caitlin?
And she's so good at basketball.
Because she's that awesome person, and she has like a lot of aura, so like.
The message from real fans is loud and clear. We're not here for the agenda. We're here for the game. And the one player keeping the game alive is being treated like the enemy. You want to know what's killing the WNBA? It's not Caitlin Clark. It's the league's refusal to protect its biggest star from open hostility. It's this fake unity built on division. And it's leaders like Renee Montgomery using identity politics to drive out the very people bringing the league back to life. The real hate? It's not coming from fans. It's coming from within. Caitlin Clark didn't ask to be the face of the league. She earned it through talent, grit, and undeniable star power.
And like she got really rocked.
Oh,
and
man.
like
that league will be a death warrant for that league.
Yeah, it'd be.
I love watching her score and just everything about her.
They went the extra mile just to watch her play here.
This is great news for women's basketball. Period.
That's nice.
And she was shooting the shit out of it.
Of course she was.
Right, so she was shooting the shit out of it. And
she's the face of the league.
Agreed.
She's the face of the league. Agreed.
Just have nothing but great things to say about who she is as a person. Just so welcoming and so warm as an individual that she can have a conversation with anybody. She's cut from the same cloth as me in that regard. You know what? Us Midwesterners, we tend to just, accept everybody with open arms. She was so kind to my family and everyone in the suite when she came to KC. So huge fans of Caitlin Clark.
It is a mad situation just all around when it comes to Caitlin Clark, because it's very clear that she is way stronger.
Over.
But instead of being celebrated, she's been met with coded insults, jealousy, and flat-out hate. From they not like us to being dismissed as just a white girl, this isn't criticism, it's character assassination. And now with CBS putting Renee Montgomery front and center on the same night Clark plays, the message couldn't be clearer.
Caitlin Clark is a rising star in women's basketball. She's pulling in crazy viewership numbers.
Caitlin Clark is the GOAT.
She signed my jersey. So happy, I'm crying. I'm so happy. This is the best day ever.
The jerseys, the number 22, the various styles, whether it's a t-shirt with 22, whether it's an Iowa jersey, whether it's a Fever jersey, a throwback, whatever. The amount of people in yellow 22 apparel is stunning.
They're not even hiding it anymore. But here's the truth. Caitlin doesn't need their approval. She's got the fans, the numbers, and the heart of the game. And no amount of media spin or bitter old narratives can take that away. If you're tired of watching this league sabotage its own future, stand with Caitlin.
WNBA without Caitlin Clark remains an attraction that not many people want to watch. Without Caitlin Clark,
is going to massively affect the WNBA.
Caitlin Clark is the closest thing that they have to quality play. the Caitlin Clark effect is very real. She is the most valuable player in the league.
Drop a 100% in the comments, because while they keep trying to tear her down, we're going to keep lifting her up. Every game, every shot, every moment. We see you, Caitlin, and we've got your back.